Woo!
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to Up at Night. I'm Tony.
I'm Borden. Ready to go. How we starting this?
Let's on a good note, apparently. Let's start with the new Destiny stuff because you were telling me about that.
Yeah, a little quick overview. So there's an April update coming. Most of you know if you play Destiny. If not, hang around. There's more shit after this. But quick note.
Well, we talked about this before. We talked about that was going to happen, but so far they've announced. Like I saw the one with you.
So they're updating the reef. We talked about that. That's the update. So
no,
far,
I think we didn't. Did we watch that before? No, I think we watched that after the last one.
We might not have talked about it because I think it was Batman that we talked about.
Yeah, I think so.
So there's the April update coming, and it's a Reef update where they're bringing back the House of Wolves content, and they're kind of updating it, giving
which is nice because I liked the Reef. I liked the arena stuff. It was fun.
I missed it.
Yeah.
You know what? I went back to play it just for fun a couple times to kill Skolas. Which, funny enough, if you know who Skolas is,
yeah.
There's that part when you fight him after half health and he starts transferring that like poison onto each character.
Yeah.
If you have a sword, you can just block through it.
No way, really?
So broken. It's so awesome. We did it. And like me and Rusty were doing it and I'm just like block. Okay, it's gone. And
oh shit, no way.
Yeah, really cool. But back on track. The Reef content's coming back. They're upping the light level to 335, I think.
Yep.
And they're raising the raid to 330. So the Reef's going to have new content, new challenges, stuff like that. But they just announced in their last live stream that they're bringing a bunch of Year 1 exotics back to Year 2.
That's cool.
And the ones they chose, there's no Galahorn, no Icebreaker, no Thorn.
I was going to say, Thorn, Icebreaker, and Galahorn. Woo, we're back in action.
Not the unholy trinity of bullshit.
Trinity of bullshit.
That'd be a great T-shirt. Unholy Trinity of bullshit and all three weapons.
Patent pending.
Yeah. So the weapons they've announced are kind of these nice mid-range. They really have a use kind of things. So the universal remote, the shotgun in your primary slot, it's coming back. People were kind of like, "Oh no, that's coming back." Not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean that's the full auto one, right? Was the universal remote full auto, or was it the fact that you
can use it in your primary slot?
Primary slot. That's right.
And it's still it could kill really close, but its range wasn't that great.
Okay,
it was an alright shotgun. I mean, the only people that really used it were asshole hunters that use Blink. We know who you are.
What?
What? No. Another one. They're bringing Lucky Raspberry back. The chest for hunters.
Yeah.
The really ugly one.
Oh I remember that.
That I don't even remember what it does because it's kind of useless. It's something about grenades. Oh, throw distance I think goes up or something. They're bringing.
And maybe you spawn with an extra grenade.
No, that's a different one.
Oh, that's a different one.
Yeah, that's a different one. But they did bring back all of the gear that was released in House of Wolves. So like the helmet the Titans get, where they can go invincible when ground pounding. It's back. The feedback fence, the AC, whatever. The Titan ones where you get punched, it does melee damage back. That one's awesome because you can be a Solar Titan now, and when they punch you. And you punch them, they're going to get fire burn, and they're going to get damage on them for punching you.
No way, eh?
So that's
actually kind of cool.
I'm excited for that. They're bringing back the Purifier robes for Warlock, which it was.
Remember those ones?
I think that one just makes you blind people when you self-res or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think that's it. They're bringing back the gloves that the hunters have, where if they crouch, they go invis, and if they backstab, they do twice the damage.
Oh, yeah, okay. Those are pretty cool.
I'm stoked for that because you can be a void hunter.
Yeah, you can be a bow hunter and go invisible.
Yeah. They're bringing back the sniper. What the fuck is it called? The one that you go invis by crouching and aiming in.
Oh.
Or not crouching, aiming in.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
I should know the name. It's an arc one. Fuck.
We'll think of it anyway.
You know what it is. It's like the best sniper from Destiny Year 1.
It was okay.
Other than Icebreaker.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, Icebreaker, it was broken, but
it was the best arc one.
Yeah, it was cool. Just the whole thing where you would turn invisible when you scoped in and stuff like that.
There's some other gear. Nonetheless, I'm not gonna get into it because I mean, like I said, it's kind of that gear that you like to have, but you don't need to have. It's no Black Spindle. It's no self revive chest or anything. Or quick revive chest. But it's exciting because
the wolf ones.
I mean,
the lupus ones.
Like the only exotic I need is Touch of Malice, which I'm gonna get today because all I have to do is get the calcified fragments and I have it.
Oh, nice. I also heard they were redoing or like making the stuff from the court of Oryx better. The gear that you normally pick up.
They're raising the drop rate for it, like the drop level.
Yeah,
but it's not that great. Like it's still.
Was there anything cool that dropped from that?
No, not that I know of. It's just gonna be like the same. Like you get higher blues now.
I don't know. I liked the Court of Orcs stuff. I thought it was really fun.
They almost need to do better. They have bounties for it, but they need better bounties for it.
Yeah.
They need to do something like they do with Trials of Osiris, where you have 6 bounties. 3 of them are really hard, and they're weekly ones.
Yeah.
And then 3 of them are kind of easy for the day, and you can do something with it and unlock. What they need is what's her name has to have gear drop, gear that she sells.
Oh yeah,
because she does the Crota rank stuff. That'd be great. They're up in the raid to 2 or 330, which
for hard mode.
Yeah.
What is normal going to be then? Is normal going to be 310, or is it going to be like the same as it is now?
Probably, I would have to say 315 or 320.
Really?
But I mean,
that's interesting.
It's going to be like what happened before. Because I remember when House of Wolves came out, we all went and did the arena, ranked up to max, and then did the raid content thoroughly.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited for it, and with the challenges they're giving out, one of the bounties, it's like a weekly one or something, and it's like half purple, half exotic. Like on the picture. So and the challenges are based around like stuff you and your team do together and stuff you do by yourself.
Maybe you're guaranteed at least a purple, but you get a chance.
It's an entrance fee. It's actually like a ticket. So what I'm thinking it is
I saw that thing. I think
it's a ticket to get into like the equivalent of a Skolas fight.
Yeah.
And then if you beat that, you get an exotic.
Yeah.
Which
I think you're right.
Freaking awesome.
Because I remember him explaining like you have the whole score thing where it's like you get the high score thing. So
like you need precision kills or...
Yeah, and like every week they're going to change up what the bonus is going to be. Like you said, precision kills, or it's going to be like kills with specials, or
a cumulative, like you need 50 as a team revives.
Yeah,
stuff
exactly.
Like that.
You're just murdering each other with grenades or something and just...
Hey.
Yeah, like...
Revive me.
Yeah, revive me. Just break it.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll talk more about it as it comes along. Good news, we've always talked on the show. I did the raid.
Oh yeah,
which means you're going to do the raid.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was actually considering throwing in Destiny again recently. Like I might wait till the
raid
update.
Isn't hard when you have a competent team.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you know what's funny? Is like I have 60 moldering shards, which you get them from doing the chest in the raid. 20 of them are cashed in at the end of the raid for more loot. I only used like 20. I still have 60. That's how much we were unsuccessful at the
Unsuccessful raids. Doing it, just doing it over and over and over and over again.
It's so many moldering shards, I can't even use them all.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll use them eventually, probably.
I'm having a blast.
The only thing I didn't like was I don't like the raid gear in the Taken King stuff. I just find it's all like that's
generic.
It's ugly as fuck, is what it is. That was the thing, is like I like the look of like say like the trial stuff. The trial stuff like, and the Iron Banner stuff looks super cool with like the way the logos look on it and stuff like. And like I said, the trial stuff has that like gold and black kind of like thing going for it, and like it looks super cool.
It looks like a knight, right?
Yeah, you look like a knight, or like it has like a theme to it, right? Or like didn't one of them have like kind of like an Egyptian?
Yeah, all the Trials of Osiris gear is all based on Egyptian gods. There's 3 different gods
exactly
based on.
So I mean, like that was super cool. But then like all of the fucking Taken King stuff is ugly as shit.
Except for the Warlock. The Warlock looks cool.
Does it?
You have these pimp-ass robes.
Yeah.
And you got a clitoris head. Right in fucking ear. I kind of like the that stuff. The Titan, I have a nice combo going now where I'm wearing half raid gear, half trials gear.
Okay.
Iron Banner. So I have the Iron Banner helmet, Iron Banner shoulders, and like the raid pants and chest.
Nice.
I kind of look cool.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
See, that's the one thing about that game for me. Like, it was a lot of it is like, oh, okay, like you want to get high level gear, but like half the time you're just like, I want gear that looks fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it is about the abilities. Like I did wear the revive chest a lot just because I like the look of it because it's got the wolf and like the wings and stuff like that.
For all characters, it looked cool.
Yeah, it looked fucking.
Except for I think Warlock's kind of look dumb. It's the helmet and it's like feathers.
Oh, the feathered. Yeah, the one. It still looks kind of cool though.
I think it'd be great if it just
when you're reviving.
I've come to save the day.
Yeah. But like, yeah, the Titan one looked cool, and so did the Hunter one. Pay no attention to that.
Never
happened. Our whole set's just falling apart.
Okay, fuck Destiny. Let's move on.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We'll talk about this.
I think it's a little,
I'm going to talk a little bit about Final Fantasy, because just last night they did their Final Fantasy Uncovered event on Twitch, which was hosted by the guys from Kind of Funny, which was super sweet, because I'm a huge fan of them.
Now, before we get started, I know nothing about Final Fantasy.
Okay.
So, this is the guy.
Good, perfect.
Yeah.
I want to tell you that I feel like they're trying to make up for the last 10 years, because Square Enix hasn't had a lot of, like, good, I guess you could say good faith with like fans over especially.
It's like every other game's like, this game's amazing, this game's shit.
Well, not even every other game. Like 13, 13.2, and 13.3 pretty much widely regarded as being shit. Like, just not a good series. Some people do like some of the 13 games. I was talking to someone the other day saying...
I heard a story that they completely made a game and their servers crashed. They lost the whole game and had to restart it.
I've never heard anything about that. I have no idea. That might be possible.
That's fucking
considering
stupid
how terrible 13 was. I got like most of the way through 13 and literally
Did you unplug the server? Yeah. You fucking idiot.
Yeah. Well, we need to make a game. 13.
We should have thought of this before we made the game.
Fuck, no. 13 was terrible.
Nobody has backups.
Apparently 13.2 was not bad, but like once again, it just wasn't a great series. I personally didn't like 12. I thought it was garbage.
I think they need to change.
Then 11 and 14 are the online ones. Now, I will say this. Most people that play 14, like, they play hard. You know what I mean? It's like, wow. Like, people devote a lot of time and energy into 14. Like, 11
and like
was
26. 26 a lot better than 28, but like when you get up to like the 50s, like it's going to be ridiculous in a couple of years.
Well, I know, I get that, but like...
Yeah. But at least
okay, so I'll say this, basically. Like, what I'm basically leading up to is the fact that the last, like, couple of years for Square fans, especially Final Fantasy fans, has been...
Square fans, okay.
Square Enix fans, sorry. Has been a kind of a letdown. Last night, I think they waited this long, because it's been a long time. Like, they announced this game, technically...
They're reviving the franchise.
Yeah, they're reviving the franchise. Like, they announced this game back when 13 was announced, because this was originally supposed to be versus 13. It was supposed to take place in the same world, and it was supposed to come out at the same time as 13, which was like 7 or 8 years ago, literally at this point, right? Or when they announced it, at least.
Should we expect a Duke Nukem scenario?
No.
Okay, good.
No, God, no. No, like, literally, so, like... Unfortunately, the date got leaked earlier that day, like yesterday, by GameStop. Way to go, you fucking idiots.
How often does that fucking happen?
I know, and like I was so angry because like it didn't matter. That wasn't the biggest reveal last night, to be completely honest. But I feel like GameStop totally fucked over their whole like surprise, because it's coming sooner than I thought. It's coming in September.
Wow.
Which is, like, way sooner than anybody thought it was going to be, I think, for sure.
Everyone's doing the Bethesda method.
Yeah, well, but that's the thing is, like, well, no, because this game has been talked about for the last 10 years, basically.
Well, Bethesda's last game was 7 years ago, wasn't it? The last Fallout?
No, but I mean, like, nobody knew Fallout was official until... like, they actually did that announcement thing.
I think that's... Yeah,
whereas, like, Square Enix has been talking about Final Fantasy 15 for years, and it just hasn't come out.
That's why I think it's better just not to say anything, because it's pretty much their development.
Oh, no, I agree with you completely.
Probably the same, other than Square Enix is telling people, and Bethesda's not.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Totally. So anyway, like, other than that getting fucked up, like, which, like I said, wasn't the biggest deal. The fuck was that?
Also, can you hear rain? Like, it's storming.
They probably can't hear shit.
Hopefully not.
If the lights go out, you'll know why. Anyway.
We can still film.
Yes, we could.
But the mics will shut off. So if we go quiet and it's still filming, the power went out.
We're powering through. Anyway, I'm gonna go on. So anyway, the biggest reveals last night were that they're doing an anime series that's leading up to the show, or leading up to the game, that's coming out before the game.
That's
so
cool.
It's like a 5-part miniseries. It's free. It's on YouTube. The first episode, which went up last night, like after the conference event, whatever you want to call it, they're doing a full-length CGI movie that's leading up to that's taking place during the game, but it's taking place with like other characters, like other main characters.
It's just a side.
Yeah,
thing.
but it
ties in big time.
It looks like, you know what their Final Fantasy, like, you know what Square Enix movies look like. Like, even
they look amazing.
Yeah, they look
amazing. Cutscenes are amazing.
I was gonna say, so it looks like that. It's got Lena Headey, Sean Bean from Game of Thrones, and Aaron Paul from fucking Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Voice acting in it.
Okay.
Which is crazy and awesome.
How's that gonna work? 1 second.
Yeah, I know.
Science, bitch.
So, yeah. Crystals, bitch. Well, it's funny, though, because they were making jokes even on the conference about how, like, he just gravitates towards projects with large blue crystals in them. It was fucking hilarious. But anyway, like, so once again, like, big voice acting crew. The theme song for the game is a remake of the song "Stand By Me," but it's by Florence and the Machine.
Okay.
which is fucking sweet.
That fits well, though.
She didn't. They played it at the show. It
Now,
was
personally,
awesome.
I can't stand Florence and the Machines.
Well,
but I respect her as an artist.
Yeah, I was just say, she's a good artist.
It's like it appeals to somebody and it's well written.
To be honest,
personally, I'm like, shut up.
I'm in the same boat. I don't listen to Florence and the Machine, but I know Florence and the Machine is like a good artist. You know what I mean? And I will actually say, like, I listened to the song. It sounds awesome because
were you teared up and you're just like,
no, but like
Final Fantasy.
But like Square Enix was basically like, do whatever you fucking want, and like they showed like the background, like they showed her doing it, and like she's got like a whole fucking orchestra like playing the song and stuff, and she's doing the song. I was like, yeah, they pretty much have the money to just be like, throw money at this shit, like whatever.
She just has a controller and she's like playing through the whole game, and she's like, I want an orchestra on demand, and she just like kills something. She's like, that was fucking awesome. All right,
let's
get ready.
Yeah, we're recording. No, what else did they announce? I mean, other stuff was like they just showed gameplay trailers, which looked amazing. The land, like the size of the game looks fucking massive. Like it looks huge, and the gameplay looks super fun. That was the other thing. They put up a free demo on the PlayStation Store last night, and if you beat the demo, you get free DLC. So like,
cool.
And the coolest part about it, so while you're playing, it's like a prequel, right? The demo is like a prequel to the game, and you're playing, and you have this little like creature with you. It's kind of like the summons from the old games. I can't remember what they called them in this game, but it's basically like the summon creatures. But this one's called Carbuncle, right? Like it's like this little like fox looking thing. They said if you beat it, you get that in game, and you get to name it. Whatever you want to name it. So I was like, yeah, like that's pretty cool. Like just free DLC for playing a free demo.
Fire squirrel.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I love
like whatever you
games.
whatever you want to fucking do, right? And then like I said, just like seeing the gameplay, seeing the like
kind of revives that feeling that it might be
I just
good again.
I watched that whole it was like an hour and a half, and I was so stoked. Being a Final Fantasy fan, I was so fucking pumped. Like I watched the first episode of the anime last night, and it's really cool. The combat, apparently my friend played the demo. The combat feels a lot like Kingdom Hearts, which is what they were going for, right?
Now, are they not producing a new Kingdom Hearts?
Yes, Kingdom Hearts 3 is underway right now. They're going to use, apparently, the game engine from this game to make the new Kingdom Hearts.
They better. I mean, it only makes sense.
Yeah.
They do that with everything.
But that's the thing, is like they pretty much made the system for this game, like the combat, to be like a kind of a Kingdom Hearts, like, like the action RPG kind of more style, right? Like more like hack and slashy and like, but like, my God, the combat looks so fun. Like the main character has this like cool ability where like he throws his weapon and he like teleports to it and stuff like that. So they're showing him, and like you see like an enemy far off, and he literally like goes into the crowd by like throwing his sword at a dude.
It's like a reverse Scorpion.
Yeah, like it stabs the dude and he teleports to it, and then he grabs the sword out of the guy and like starts like hacking up another group of guys. In one point in the fight, there's like a water tower off on the side, and he throws the sword at it, teleports to it, and then looks down at the fight and like casts like a magic spell at it, and like to get like a whole crowd of them. And like it was really, like I said, like it shows like really fun combat, and then like the story actually looks like it's actually gonna be pretty good. And like I said, like all this stuff, like they're really, like I said, pulling out the stops to really, I think, get the fans back on their side. And like people are going nuts over it.
And I feel like Square Enix has kind of been in a little bit of a rut lately.
They have, for sure.
Yeah, like, with Tomb Raider's not bad launch, but kind of downplayed launch on Xbox at the start, with not having the sales that they wanted, and then having Hitman's launch, which everyone unanimously saying, what the fuck is with that launch? Because I talked to everybody and I'm like, did you see Hitman, how it launched? They're like, yeah, in like segments. Why are they doing that?
Yeah, I get why. I can understand why they're doing it, but like, once again, just release a full game. I just wait an extra 6 months and release the game at once. Like
that,
fuck.
In the past, Square Enix titles being either having some issues or people not liking them as much, because I've been hearing about it. I'm not super interested in it, but I mean, to me, it seems as a game developer that they really have no choice but to make a real good title right now.
The problem, yeah, you're right for sure. Yeah. The problem is, like Square Enix, especially, or even SquareSoft, going back, like if you want to go back as far as like the old Final Fantasies, like they used to just engender so much like goodwill, because like everyone like unanimously, if you're an RPG fan, especially a JRPG fan, like Final Fantasies 1 through like 9/10 maybe, like are pretty much unanimously thought of as like all awesome games. And then like there's the Chrono Trigger games, like, or Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, like More so
Dissidia?
less. Yeah, Dissidia was a Final Fantasy like PSP game that was like a fighting game, but it was
People
pretty
liked
cool.
it, yeah.
Like I said, it's been a lot of years since like they had like a really smash hit Final Fantasy specifically.
Like Apex one,
yeah,
yeah.
like just like really AAA title that like was
Funny
like
enough.
Like I mean, Tomb Raider was good. Like don't get me wrong, but like I just mean like their RPGs have been failing.
Yes.
Recently, and this looks like it's going to be that game where people are like,
Back on
okay,
track.
like
Let's do
yeah,
this.
it's back on track, and I can understand like why it's been taking them so long to make this game. Like it looks outstanding. Like I said, the scope of the game looks like it's going to be massive.
Well, it
sounds like it's going to be a great game. Personally,
I was thinking about it, and it seems like through the years, the more that these like publishing companies like EA and Ubisoft get their hands into the development of games, the shittier they're becoming. And they just like, because you go further back and you go to PS2 era.
Yeah.
I don't think that the corporations like these EA and these were really in it that much. They're pretty much like, here's a budget, make the game, make it cool, do what you can.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need more of. And a lot of the developers like Bethesda and Rockstar are kind of doing that now, where they're like, you need to fuck off. We're gonna make our game. We're gonna take our time, and then we'll tell people when it's coming out.
Well, I mean that's a big thing. I mean, even look at Ubisoft. Like they were like, okay, we get it. The Assassin's Creed games are okay, but we could probably make them better. We're going to not make a game this year, and we're going to make one next year instead.
And then they went with Division, which now they're back on track.
And yeah, that's a big thing too. Like, and Division's been getting a lot of
success.
It's a big success for them.
Yeah.
I think it's their. I read somewhere it was their biggest new title,
fresh new
franchise or whatever in a long time or something. I can't remember. It broke some sort of records for them, probably because like they haven't had a new franchise that sold super well in a while, right?
And
Plus,
it makes sense.
They've just been making Assassin's Creed games and
it was
other
a natural.
stuff, right?
It was a
and
natural.
Far Cry, I guess, is like a big launch for them too.
Yeah. But it was a natural progression because they've done everything but that with the game engine, right? Because you have the first person. They have first person shooter. They have their 3D adventure game like Assassin's Creed. They had all these other titles, and what they were lacking was something ambitious that was something on the scale of that.
And apparently, from what I've been reading, if you're a Division fan, April 12th is their update. They're adding in the incursions.
You know why? You know why it's April 12th?
Oh, is that the same date as Destiny?
Yep.
No way. Well, I wonder who.
And same day as Ratchet and Clank, bitches.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
I bought a PS3 for $100 at EB Games because I have an Onyx card and I have all my Ratchet and Clank games. I've
just so you can play them.
I've beaten 4 of them.
Nice.
In like the past 2 weeks.
Nice. You've just been going ham on Ratchet and Clank.
They are fucking hard. They are difficult games.
I've never played them. I have never played them.
Okay, they seem like a kid's game. And they kind of are. They're tailored more to like.
I've heard that before, but they're not. They're really not.
They hide so much adult humor in it.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
I was playing.
I've always heard the Jack and Daxter games are like that too. Where I mean, look at the titles, like Up Your Arsenal,
Going Commando.
Like they have very
Into
like
the Nexus.
Yeah. Like it's just like they have very obviously adult like titles like that are just like
the gameplay. Like I was playing it and I'm like, motherfucker. And
just raging.
It was getting to the point that it was like, this is difficult. Like stop. And then I would like do it the next time I got it right. Like you really have to think using it. Like okay, I'm gonna put out a turret. I'm gonna put out a little bot to like cover me, and then I'm gonna use my I'm gonna use my grenades first because they suck and they're weaker. So I'm gonna use them, and then when the big boss comes out, I'm gonna use my really awesome machine guns.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that, but that comes out 12th. Destiny comes out 12th.
Yeah.
Division comes out 12th.
Yeah.
Also on the 30th, Ratchet and Clank movie comes out.
Yeah, the movie. Yeah, that's crazy.
People are like, we gotta go see that.
I know. I actually do want to see that.
The game, too, is a reimagining
of the first one or something like that.
It's based on the movie, which is a reimagining
of the first game.
Of the first game.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked. Nonetheless.
Yeah. But anyway, what I was saying about Division before I got...
Ratchet and Clanked.
Yeah. Is their 12th is they're coming out with their incursions, which are 4-man raids, basically, from what I've heard.
4-man?
Yeah, it's a 4-man strike team or something like that, and then you go and do that. I don't know. Like I said, everyone that I know that plays the Division sounds like they're super stoked for it. I haven't personally gotten into Division as much as I wanted to I guess you could say. I'm
really 24. I never really enjoyed it. I know it's a good game.
Yeah, I can definitely tell you it's a good game. That's I wouldn't tell someone.
Is it catered to me? It's not my kind of game.
See, I think, and honestly, you might hate me for saying this if you're a fan of the Division. It's not Destiny. And I wanted it to be more. I guess maybe I wanted to. I don't know if I wanted it to be more like Destiny or if I just wanted it to be enough like Destiny that it would drag me in like Destiny did, but it just didn't. I don't know if it's just because I didn't get far enough in it, but like
I just feel like Division, when it came in with all its hype, it
Yeah.
should have never attacked Destiny. It should have never said it was anything like Destiny. It should have never said that it was
It
going to...
never really...
It kind of did. They would show these trailers where they're like, better than Destiny, or they would like take stuff out of context and they would say that stuff.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, you know, it's the best RPG, and like, we got all the stuff Destiny has. And they would kind of like really put it in there that it was like this Destiny killer.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, they're totally different games. And if you go into Division knowing it's two different games and really understanding that they're two different games, I enjoyed it a lot more the second time going through. When I went, okay, no, I'm not playing a game that's like Division. I'm playing a third-person shooter that just happens to
Or
have...
like Destiny, you mean?
Huh? No, when I went and played Division again.
Yeah, you said it's not like Division.
Oh, it's not like Destiny. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Sorry. It's hard to think when you chug like 5 of these. So when you go into that knowing it, you're like, okay, it's a different game. And you don't get the same PvP. And I heard people saying that it's a better PvP than Destiny, and I'm like, you can go fuck yourself. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
the Dark Zone, don't get me wrong, really fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun game mechanic.
But it's a definitely different experience than like PvP
it's not
and
your
Destiny,
regular
right?
PvP. It's not two teams versus each other.
Yeah.
It's more chaos
Which
than that.
I'm surprised that they're not adding that as an update. Like,
No,
even
they will for DLC.
Probably. But, like, I'm surprised that there literally isn't a mode where it's like... Because when I think we were talking about this before the game came out, like, it's got a lot of mechanics kind of like Gears, right? Where you're bouncing from cover and
Not
stuff
as
like
good,
that.
though.
No, but still. It's still a third-person, the cover shooter.
Yes,
so, like,
exactly.
Gears of War's multiplayer was huge, you know what I mean? It still is.
They could have done something.
And they could have taken it and...
We've discussed this before.
Yeah, like taking it and made like I still think they're kind of leaving money on the table as people say without having a PvP arena. Like just fucking set up an arena and have people go at each other. Like what's so hard about that? Yeah, and then make it like I mean even if I don't even care if they take a nod from Destiny and either make it so that all the items are like leveled
Gear levels
off,
count.
Or I was
Or
gonna say,
scale, yeah.
I was gonna say either scale everything and do it like Destiny, or do it like Iron Banner, where you want to go in and fight people at level 30 or 32 or whatever the fuck the max is. You got to be fucking level 32 to go do it.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's endgame content. So
Which
what?
They already kind of do that with the Dark
PvP
Zone.
in Destiny pretty much is anyway.
Yeah, and that's the thing that kind of got me down. I don't personally. I tend to be more towards the PvP content, and like with Destiny, what's great is that you get the best of both worlds, where you can do the high level hard raid stuff, and you're rewarded greatly for doing it because you have gear no one else has, or you can go into PvP and you can get rewarded for being the best PvP player. Like I love that kind of shit.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't want
get
to play
that.
Division and just do mission after mission after mission, be max rank like everybody else, and be like, all I did was put time in. There's no reward in that. And
I get that.
And I don't like. The only way Division gives you stuff is random drops, right? Your top gear is going to be from a reward from a quest or something, right?
No, from what I understand, most of the best stuff comes from either Dark Zone or crafting.
But that's what I mean. It's that method. I don't like that. I like the quest method or like raid boss drops. I just like. I don't know where I'm going with this, but like.
From what my friend told me, I was talking to a friend who's like really into Division right now, and he was telling me basically the best stuff, or to get most of the best stuff, is you go into the Dark Zone and there's these like zones that you can go to or whatever, and like Zone 6 apparently is like the toughest zone. And if you see a named boss, like yellow enemy or whatever, those are the guys, they will always drop purples, and they have a chance to drop exotics, basically.
Or legendaries.
Or whatever the yellow items are.
And then you got to get it out.
You do have to extract it, which is tough. But, and then he said you either basically take those weapons or you break them down for crafting materials, and you have the schematics to make all the best shit. So, I mean, there's that. Like I said, it's similar in a sense to Destiny, like, for that, but...
I think back again, I think it's the problem that we're comparing it to Destiny.
Yeah, true. I think that's always going to be the case. I think just because of the type of games they are, like, I mean, like you said, they are different in a lot of ways, but they're similar in the sake that it's squad-based, online,
they have a common
multiplayer shooter. Like, even though one's first person, one's third person, like I said, they're very different.
They can appeal to the same kind of player.
But they can appeal to the same player, which is why we're always going to compare them.
But I guess we're kind of one of those people where we tend to stick with Destiny.
We will totally admit that we're totally Destiny
favor
fans.
Destiny.
Yeah, we favor Destiny, for sure.
And I think a lot of
I said, I still want to point out the fact that we think Division is a good game. I think it is a great game.
Yeah.
But
I'm interested to see what happened.
I thought I would.
Yeah, no, and you know what? I played more than I thought I would, which is funny enough because I played to like level 8 and I was like, this game sucks.
Yeah.
And then Luke.
See, maybe that's the problem. Maybe I just need to push past where I am and have it like I kind of want to go back and at least play through the missions and do that stuff to like get myself up to like max rank. You know what I mean?
You know what? That's the other funny thing is that I think Destiny did a better job of being lower level. In the sense that in Division, all the fun gameplay is at max rank.
Right, yeah.
In a sense, it really is. And see, where Destiny's better at is that you don't get to be max rank unless you do the end game content. Where
True enough,
you have to do the raids, you have to do this stuff, and then you're rewarded being max rank. And then it's easier to do all those things. With Division, it's like, you've hit 30 now. Now you're getting gear. Or you hit 50 in the Dark Zone. Now you start getting the exotics or these legendaries and stuff. And it's just kind of... It feels like, then what's the point of being anything less than max rank? You know what I mean? WoW kind of has that same feeling too, where like the fun doesn't start till you're max rank.
Yeah, I guess so. I can see what you're saying.
And where with Destiny, there's this nice common ground where if friends come on and you're 310 and they're like 295, you can still do the raid with them. You can still bring them in.
Still, it's all end game content, though, right?
I know.
I mean, you got to lead up to it with missions.
I don't know. It's just it's kind of Destiny holds you a little bit better. Like it pulls you in, and that's a personal thing. I mean, it like I said, it's going to be interesting to see on April 12th what's being played more.
Fair enough. Yeah, that is a good comment. Whether or not we're going to see more of people.
Fuck you, Ubisoft. Stop trying to fight with Destiny. Just pick a different day.
Yeah. Well, see, I mean, I don't know who actually announced that date first, or if it just happens that they came out. I mean, it obviously doesn't happen that they came out on the same date, but I wonder who actually had that date because I actually don't know who had it first. Anyway, let's move on from that.
Yeah.
I think for the last topic, we're going to talk about Season 2 of Daredevil. Now, I'm going to give you a warning right now. If you haven't watched... This is why I saved this for last. Because if you haven't watched Daredevil Season 2 yet, stop the video now.
Go watch it.
Go watch it. Then come back and watch from here on, because there's going to be spoilers.
Also, the spoilers aren't that great. Like, really?
I mean, yeah, there's not really anything in this season, I guess you could say.
Nobody dies, so...
Yeah, it's not like Matt dies. I mean, what? No, I'm just kidding.
And comes back from hell as a real terror.
Oh my
real
God.
Devil.
No, yeah, like I said, but I mean, we're gonna talk about storyline plot points. So if you don't want to hear that,
fuck off.
Yeah, and come back, but come back. So like fuck
come
off
back
nicely.
And
smash all these toys. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that for now.
Batman wins
once again.
All
spoiler.
Right. Where do you want to start?
I just want to first I'm going to start off with saying that I really enjoyed this season. I liked the struggle between Matt and Frank Castle. First of all, John Bernthal. Fuck, man. Wow, what an awesome pick for Punisher.
I'm glad I kept myself on the fence and didn't hate him right away because he plays such a dick in Walking Dead that you hate him.
Yeah.
And then you see him in this role and he grows on you, like big time.
Yeah, I know.
I like how... Okay, first I want to start off. Remember how when we talked about Daredevil first season, I hated the helmet? I'm like, his mask doesn't fit right.
It's so funny that you say that because
got rid of it.
They got rid of it, yeah.
They're like, he gets shot in the head by Frank Castle, which is awesome.
Yeah. I thought of you when that scene happened, when they cracked the plate on his helmet and they replaced it, and I was like, that's funny, because I think the one thing that a few people complained about from first season was
how stupid he looked in that mask.
Was that mask looked weird. And see, personally, I didn't think it looked weird, but
it hugged him like this, and he was like, oh, Daredevil. It just looked stupid.
But yeah, I like that I think they must have gotten that. They must have heard that. And it was right away. It was after the first or second episode that they replaced his helmet out. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense, I guess. People must have fucking complained.
Second off, I like the way that they introduce Punisher and they talk about an army of people attacking these gangs. Oh, it was an army. It was like SEAL Team 6, like a squad, a whole squad of people. Yeah, that
first opening shot of the Irish mob guys in the bar, and then you just see them get you don't see that where it's coming from, but from the window they just get gunned down. It's like a whole team of guys just gunning them down, and then you find out that it's literally just
one dude,
just him. After a few, I guess after the first or second episode, when you find out no. It's just one guy, and you're like, oh, shit, yeah. And, yeah. No, but, yeah, the one thing I will say I liked the whole time was that you almost feel like you're kind of not supposed to like Frank Castle that whole time. You know what I mean, though?
You feel guilty for liking him.
Yeah, you do. Like
Yeah,
you almost feel like you should hate him because he doesn't play a nice guy. He plays the Punisher that you would see in the comic books. Like he's just
Well, and then he plays this role of like you almost feel like he's not a hero.
he is not like he's the anti-hero
when this season ends, you do. Mm-hmm. They really develop his character well through the season.
They did, yeah. Especially the stuff with him and Karen.
Yeah, and I feel he overshadows Daredevil a lot in this season. Almost to the point that I was thinking, fuck Daredevil.
That fucking scene in the prison.
Okay, yeah. I didn't want to get into that yet, but like...
Oh my god.
He's in the cell. He has 7 minutes to take out this guy that he thinks killed his family.
Yeah.
He goes in, he's talking to him, and he's like, oh, I didn't kill your family, blah, 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 blah. He's like, well, you're still an asshole. So he shanks him. He walks out, door closes. He's like, what? It's not 7 minutes yet. What the fuck? I should be out. And then Kingpin, who's in jail,
running
shit, where that's how he gets the name Kingpin, which I like too.
I like that too, yeah.
He's pretty much like, okay, time to wipe the slate clean. We're going to kill Frank Castle.
Yeah.
So there's no evidence. He lets all the prisoners out. Bad fucking idea.
Yeah, bad idea to let Frank Castle... It's like that scene in... The Watchmen?
Yeah.
Where with Rorschach, and he's like, you don't understand, I'm not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with me. And like, it's that scene where it's like, they open up the rest
steroids.
They open up the rest of that cell block, and all those guys come out and they're like, oh my god, like, they got whatever that fucking, the guy that was running the running the prison.
Yeah.
Like, they got him, blah, blah, blah. And then like, they turn around and he's just standing there and he's just like, all right, like, let's fucking do this. And just fucking kills all of them.
I don't know who choreographs this stuff, but they're great.
Oh yeah, fucking great.
For a TV series, they have the best fight scenes.
Oh yeah, it's some awesome shit.
Like it's like watching a movie every episode.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I swear.
That is the one thing I will say comparatively from like, because I watch a lot of hero stuff on TV, like the CW stuff and like
Marvel's doing a way better job for TV.
I disagree.
I think for fight scenes, at least.
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Yeah. Okay. I will agree. I will agree in that sense, but like. I'm a really big fan of Arrow and Flash and stuff like that, and they just did the Flash and Supergirl crossover, which was actually fun. It was actually a really fun episode because, and I hope they do more of that stuff in the future.
It's kind of funny though. They kind of cross. Okay, so the movie franchise, and this is a big deal right now with the Batman v Superman, is a lot of Marvel fans didn't like it because it's really tailored and it's really dark and it's built for the DC universe. It's built for the DC fans. You have this world that's all dark for DC, and then you have Marvel that's really fun and campy and kind of like everything's great. And then you go to TV and it's like DC's everything's happy, everything's great, and then you go to Marvel and it's like we're all dark.
Yeah.
It's flipped.
Well, yeah, I guess that's kind of true. Like Flash is a little bit more campy, but like Arrow can be kind of dark at times, but it does even have its like moments. But like anyway, going back to Daredevil, like I said, and to talking about like great shot scenes, like. They tried to outdo them, so I kind of thought it was funny that they did it because like they were trying to outdo but the scene where he's fighting the bikers and it follows him all the way down that stairwell, and they did the same thing they did in the first season where the hallway scene where he does like one long continuous shot. This one was him literally fighting like an entire biker gang whilst going down like the stairwell of
refusing to use guns.
Yeah, and like he's going down the entire stairwell of this like tenement building basically.
Saves the old guy.
Yeah, and he saves this man, like and like it was awesome. Just watching him do that, the whole thing was great. It's really well shot too. There's a few shots in this show, like whoever does their cinematography is brilliant because like once again like doing those long one shot, that's hard. That takes a lot of choreographing. That takes a lot of practice.
The actors are doing it
absolutely.
Like,
yeah. But like I don't know if you remember, it was just one of those shots that stuck out in my mind. There's a scene where Matt finds out that the ninjas like that he's fighting the hand or whatever they were called.
Yeah, the hand.
They were coming from the sewers, right? Or they're in those like tunnels.
They're coming from the hole in the ground that goes to China.
To China specifically.
It literally is. It's a hole to China.
Well, it's not. It's it's like it's a hole. It's not that deep.
It's a hole to China.
It goes to China. Got it.
Well, no, okay. It's not a hole like straight down to China. It'd be like if you have the globe here, it'd be like that. Okay. it's a hole to China.
It's not a hole to China. Anyway,
fucking ninjas with poison swords because it's fucking Daredevil.
Yeah. No. Anyway, there's a shot that I loved is. It's him coming down from the manhole cover, and he's sliding down, and the shot is being shot from the ground looking up, and then just as he's about to slide from the hole to like drop to the ground, the camera does one of these, and he lands in front of it, and it's a continuous shot that like is like literally it's being shot like this, I see. Yeah, it's being shot like this, and then like it follows him down. Then it goes like this, and like he like lands in front of the camera. And I was like, man, that was fucking brilliant. Like, oh my god,
camera guy like all rigged up and like
yeah, he's just like. Yeah, I just picture that like fucking that up and him like dropping on the camera guy and just be like,
it's a guy in a mattress suit.
Yeah,
just like
fucking $1 million camera.
Probably,
no.
to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. What did you think of Elektra?
Didn't like her.
You didn't like her, eh?
I tried. Okay, so I kind of went down a bumpy road. So when she comes into the story, hated her.
Okay.
Middle of the show, started to like her.
Got it.
Get to the end of the show, still don't like her. It's weird.
Do you not like her character, or I
don't like the actor.
You don't like the actor, okay.
See, I feel like they have all these strong female characters in that show that she does not live up to the nurse.
Interesting, because the nurse is great. Karen's character,
Karen's great.
She was great in the season. Like I said, all the stuff. Like I liked her. Like you know how they keep having the struggle about Foggy and Matt like breaking up and like them.
Foggy was great in the show.
He was better this season for sure.
Not that he was bad in the past.
No, but like he was just even better in this season.
Yeah.
But like them splitting up and like closing down the firm and stuff like that. But like that she starts working with the reporter from the first season,
which I really liked.
I like that too. I like that she's like working in that direction. Like she's working like she goes into the office of the guy from the first season.
Who told her, like, pretty much pursued the lead till he died.
Yeah, exactly.
And she kind of respected that, and she's doing
well,
the
yeah,
same.
and I like that whole thing. Like, her character development was great. And like I said, the stuff with her and Frank Castle, like the fact that she just doesn't want to give up on Frank because he's, like, she knows about his family. She knows he's not just, like, a lunatic psycho killer. Like, he's got a reason for what he's doing, even though it's not necessarily the right thing to be doing. She still knows that he's not doing it just because... like, he's crazy, basically, which is what everyone says. Like, no, he's a fucking lunatic. He's killing people.
I love that scene where Kingpin's obviously paid the guard to tell him to, like, plead guilty. And he's sitting on they think they have him gonna, like, play this whole thing that he has, like, PTSD or whatever. And he's like, I'm the Punisher. He's like, I'd do it again. I'd kill every fucking one of them.
Yeah. That scene was great when
he's like, you want to call me the Punisher? I'll be the
fucking Punisher. Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, oh, man. He plays such a different Punisher than what we've seen in the past.
Yes, he does.
And you don't, like, through the whole show, he's almost his own character to the point that you don't even label him Punisher in your mind when you're watching him. But then in that very last scene, I wish he did more in the last scene where they're fighting the ninjas on the rooftop, him and Electro. I really wish, like, he got in there on the ground and started fist fighting them.
Yeah.
But when you see him in the jacket...
with the skull painted on him, you're just like...
you're the fucking Punisher.
You're fucking right, he is.
If they don't do a TV show...
I think they already talked about it.
I think they're doing it.
I think they already talked about it.
I have a feeling that Jessica Jones isn't getting a season 2. I have a feeling Power Man's getting its own show.
It is. Didn't you see that?
Yes. Yep. But that she's going to be on it.
Oh.
As a secondary character.
Yeah, Luke Cage has already been announced for September 30th, I think. I can't remember.
See.
And then they already... what's it called? They already... they cast... the guy from Game of Thrones, one of the guys from Game of Thrones, the guy that played the... I forget his character's name. It was one of the Tyrells. Anyway, he's going to be... Luke... no, not Luke Cage. Iron Fist.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they already cast Iron Fist, so they already basically announced that there's going to be an Iron Fist show.
See, here's what I have a feeling they're doing, and a lot of people have been saying...
which is cool.
Yeah, no, totally. Just watching the
fighting dragons and shit.
Daredevil season 1 is a good idea of what you're going to see with Iron Fist because his costume's pretty much the same, just different colors.
Yeah, it's literally green and yellow instead
and
of
he's punching the shit out of people.
Yeah,
so,
except he's going to fight dragons.
I hope so. I mean,
that's part of his storyline, right?
Yeah,
like he fought a dragon. That's what he gives him, like his superhuman abilities, right? He beats a dragon or something.
So I have a feeling that they're going to
with kung fu.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to do seasons for each one of these characters. And Daredevil's going to be the one that consistently stays as one whole TV series over these years. And like they're going to have Jessica Jones, then they're going to have Luke Cage, then they're going to have a Punisher season, then they're going to have Iron Fist, then they're going to do a movie. I think they're going to do a movie.
You think they're going to do a movie with them?
Well, all of them,
but like a Netflix movie, or
maybe.
They could be.
That'd be a good idea.
Do you know the team that they are all on? Do you know what it's called? I think it's called the Guardians, isn't it?
Yes.
It's the one, like, it's basically like them, like, they're protecting...
No, they're,
I think it is called Guardians.
No, not the Guardians. They're,
it's not Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously.
It's not the Inhumans or something. It's
No. Inhumans was that's with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., actually.
Yeah, there's another one. Thing. It's like the Avengers, but it's a different name. It's like, not the Guardians, but it's like the Defenders.
Defenders, I think you're right. I think that might be it. If you know exactly what we're talking about,
message it down below.
Message us, down in the comments.
No Googling, though.
Yeah. Fuck off.
It's got to be a challenge.
Don't cheat. I think you're right. It was either I thought it was Guardians, but I think you're right. I think it is Defenders,
which would make sense. It was in the logic because you're like Guardians, Defenders.
Yeah. But like, it's like a team of like, it's Daredevil, I think Punisher, maybe, I don't know. Daredevil, definitely Luke Cage, definitely Iron Fist. But it's like them, and like they're supposed to be them like protecting like New York, basically. Like it's like they're like home turf. Which maybe Spider-Man's involved. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Because I mean, he's in New York, right?
Watching the Daredevil season, all I think is he's discount Batman. He's like Batman without money. He's the whole not using guns scenario.
Yeah,
which they didn't do in Batman v Superman, which is one of my biggest gripes with it. That he shouldn't have been shooting people. But
that wasn't a nightmare scene, though, right?
Yeah, but he uses guns like throughout the whole movie. Like he's shooting off the fucking gun. He kills people. You know what I mean? Like he's killing people.
Collateral damage, Borden.
Daredevil did the whole Batman morale so much better than that movie did. Not to say anything against
I know.
Ben Affleck's a great Batman, but
but they did make it definitely darker.
I mean, even the guy that
but that's the whole point of the season, right? Like that's the whole thing. Is like I love those scenes where it's the two of them and Punisher's telling him like you're a half measure, like you don't have what it takes. Like these guys, like I mean, it is basically like you said, the whole Batman argument. You put these guys in the hospital, you put them in prison, they're out in 6 to like 12 months, and they're fucking doing it again. I put them in the ground, they stay in the ground, like they don't fucking get up.
But
and
later in the season, he changes his mind where he's like another one will just pop up, doesn't he? He kind of. There's that whole scene where he's taken hostage by the Irish guy. And he's getting the drill. Yeah. Remember when he's getting tortured?
That was fucked.
And he gets the drill in the foot.
Yeah.
I still like when like Daredevil comes in. That whole season, throwing the fucking sticks at people.
Yeah.
Just like
he was Captain Americaing that like, stick off of like walls and stuff. He was like ping, ping, and then coming back to him.
Which later makes sense, but earlier it doesn't. Like, he's just like,
I do like that they
brought his original.
They gave him the staff that like has the grapple
nunchuck options.
Yeah, and like the grappling hook kind of thing. I liked that because that's obviously Daredevil's thing. Like I was reading like a comic book facts like thing, and it was like apparently Daredevil doesn't like he can't see obviously, but he can't like tell where he's going when he jumps off of roofs. Apparently he just reacts so fast that he is literally like grappling onto these things and then like making judgment calls in like the split seconds he has before hitting like the ground or like the next rooftop basically, which is just like crazy to think about.
He's a really interesting character.
I know, like it's really interesting the way he like how cool and powerful, quote unquote, like powerful he is.
He's a different kind of powerful though.
Exactly, yeah.
He's like a Sixth Sense kind of like
yeah,
powerful.
Exactly. Really it is cool. Interesting. I love the stuff like I do like when he pulls off like the really spooky stuff where he's like he'll say like just the stuff he can tell,
like reading if someone's lying by their heartbeats.
Yeah, well, that's one big thing.
The ninja scene. Okay, so at the very end, he usually listens for people using their weapons or footsteps or heartbeats.
Heartbeats, yeah.
The ninjas don't have heartbeats, and then he starts using.
See, that was what I was talking to someone about that. Now, is that what it is? Because he said they know how to mask their heartbeats. So is it because they don't have them? That was my thought too.
I'm thinking they're just.
But they breathe, so I don't.
I think they're just so highly trained that they can slow their heartbeat down so other people can't listen.
Okay.
They're going off the fact that they're ninjas. They know how to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love that. Like,
fucking ninjas.
I love that Stick is like, listen for their breathing.
Yeah,
and he's like in the next room and he's like getting the shit kicked out. He's walking and then he's like, he hears, and he's like smash.
Yeah. He's. And it's just like
he's just so badass.
Yeah.
I feel like they need DC needs to take.
I like the turn in the supernatural this like show takes though near the end, like when they're talking about like they show Nobu again, the guy from the first season that he fucking set on fire.
He's great.
Yeah,
he's a great actor.
He is a great actor. Yeah, but like I like the fact that like. Yeah, that guy is like, he's like, you died. He's like, there is no such thing, or something like that. He says some sort of badass line. You're like, whoa, yeah.
I thought I killed you. There is no such thing.
Yeah. And then like at the end there, he throws him off that roof, and like that's like one of those moments where you're like, oh, shit, man. Like he finally got Matt to the point where
he killed
because he did throw him off a roof.
And then you get the point where Punisher doesn't kill.
Yeah.
He's in those fight scenes and like Daredevil's like, no, you're not killing him. Stop. Or like he'll knock the gun out of his hand and he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, will you fuck off?
But I did like that. I did like that whole like thing. Like, but then like you could even tell that Matt kind of accepts it by the end because he's on the roof.
He realizes that sometimes you have to kill.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah. But yeah, like I said, I really liked it. I mean, personally, like going back to what we were talking about before, I liked Elektra. Like, I actually thought she was a good character because, like, I liked the fact that she played well off of, like, the she's trying to get Matt to, like, but, like, you find out that she's working for Stick the whole time, basically.
Yeah.
Like, but, like, you kind of realize that, yeah, she actually did love him. But, like, the reason why she's there is she's basically getting what Stick wanted him to do, and she's trying to get him to kill people. Because there's that whole scene where they find the guy that killed his dad, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then she tries to get him to beat him to death, basically. And he's like, no, I won't do that. And, like, that's why she leaves him the first time. And then even later on, she's, like, sitting there, and she's like the devil on his shoulder being like, fucking do it, kill him, kill him, kill him.
She slit the kid's throat.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That was raw as fuck. Holy
yeah. See, and that's the thing. Like, I liked her through a lot of those parts, but
something about her just didn't do it for you?
That British accent on that actor pisses me off. I'm just like, it just doesn't. It's so fake. It seems so fake. You know what I mean?
Know.
It doesn't seem natural to me. I mean, I think it's probably because they've designed that character to be hated in a sense.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
And that's kind of like what
maybe she's doing a great job there.
Her character's kind of an anti-hero in the sense that she is trying to draw Daredevil into these evil, or like away from his morals. And you kind of like, I really root for Daredevil, so maybe I'm kind of like, I don't like her.
Now, what do you think is going to happen with that big, like, that big black cauldron thing like that they've been leading to at the end, right?
I feel like there's somebody in it regenerating.
Well, no, remember they showed her at the end.
Oh, she's in it.
They put her in it at the end of the season.
I'm sure we can easily Google the comic book series and just
see
find out what it is.
I think someone did mention to me that it is in the comics that she gets revived. Like, she
dies.
she
comes back from the dead. Yeah. And I think
so
that's what it is.
I think that's what they're bringing to us.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, they do imply that with Nobu that, like, they can obviously they have some sort of magic or supernatural shit that's
bringing
people back
to life. One of these seasons, probably next season of Daredevil, they're probably going to have, like, Luke Cage or, like, Iron Fist or something are going to help, like, make more sense for Iron Fist to be in it.
Because he's got more of the supernatural stuff going on.
I feel like him and Daredevil are going to storm some kind of, like, Chinese or whatever, like, hand building and get them out, or get her out after she's been revived. Something along those lines would be really cool.
It's possible. I wonder if she's going to come back as a bad guy, though.
I would love their scenery to change from New York to like those, like, Chinese, like, building in the mountains kind of scenery.
Well, I
think that'd be really cool to see Daredevil in. He needs a feature movie, though.
It'd be cool if they did. I don't know if they'll do it.
I think that's what Defenders is for.
Yeah, pretty exactly.
I think it justifies a movie.
Maybe. Yeah, you could be right. I mean, that'd be cool if that's what they're leading to. I also, before we wrap this up, because we're getting a little long in this one, but I really like the scene with Fisk and Matt in the prison when they're talking, and then, like, he makes
Fisk holds his own.
Oh, man, that was great. Like, when Matt, like, subtly threats, like, what's her name, Victoria? The guy the chick that, like, Wilson Fisk's love connection there. He just freaks out and starts smashing him off the table and just, like, fucking loses it on him. Oh my god, that was great. That guy,
Frank Castle, was good too.
Was good too, yeah. Everything. Once again, that character, even though he was in it for a very short time, that actor just fucking took it.
The one thing I want him to do,
it's so great.
I feel like he's trying to put on weight to be the Kingpin from the comic books, because, like,
maybe
a little bit. I want him just to get, like, super jacked arms and just be that Kingpin.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, they show that scene where he's in the prison lifting weights, and, like, he's got, like, 5 plates aside, which is 450 pounds plus bar. You're looking at, like, 470, 480 pounds that he's just sitting there, like, repeatedly fucking lifting. Like, that's insane. Like, so they are kind of going in the direction of the comic books where they're showing him, like, not superhuman strength, but, like,
he's hardening up to be this.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not putting up with your shit.
Exactly.
Because that's the thing, like, in the comic books, he was even able to take on Spider-Man at certain points where he would just be, like, grabbing a hold of him and you like, couldn't get out.
And Spider-Man is supposed to be
super strong.
Really strong. Yeah, like, they always downplay how strong Spider-Man is until he does something super cool and you're like, oh, that's right.
Oh,
this
he
guy
can lift cars.
Like, even though he's a small teenage kid, he can, like, lift fucking, like, cars and shit. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. Or, like,
take a punch from Juggernaut. And,
Or what was it? There was the series that, what was the...
Ultimate Amazing?
No. It was the one where it was recently just happened. But anyway, Spider-Man in the storyline switches bodies with Doc Ock. And Doc Ock, as Spider-Man, he goes and fights. Like, basically, there's a storyline that where Spider-Man switches bodies with Doc Ock, and then Spider-Man dies in Doc Ock's body, basically, because, like, he's dying of some disease or something like that. And then Dr. Octavius basically takes it upon himself. He like basically becomes a good guy because he has all of Peter Parker's like memories and stuff like that. It's weird, but like it's like he basically decides. Oh, it's called Superior Spider-Man.
Okay.
Because he decides that because he's so intelligent and he has all of Peter's powers, he can be a superior Spider-Man to what Peter Parker was basically. So he basically becomes a good guy and like takes on the role of Spider-Man. There's a scene where he fights one of the villains, and I can't remember which one it is, and he punches him and almost like clean takes his jaw off or something like that, and he basically thinks in his head like, oh, I guess Peter's been holding back on us this whole time because he's literally so strong that like he'd be killing people with the punches he's dealing, but like he doesn't want to because he's the good guy, and like he basically like he makes a comment or out loud or in his head like that he throws a punch and almost kills someone, and he's like, oh, I never realized Peter was so strong, and like you know what I mean, like so like that's saying something about like Wilson Fisk. If he's like strong enough to like tackle with Spider-Man, like he's almost superhuman. Like he's not supposed to be superhuman, but he is like he's something, right?
I'm really hoping they do something along those lines where it's like maybe
cool.
He is like has a mutant trait or something.
I wouldn't even think it's that. Like I said, I like to think of him as just like he's just so physically like
it's almost like his own will to do what he wants.
Exactly, yeah. And like this actor is totally killing that role, so I love it.
It's weird though because he does this weird, strange, kind of stupid voice, but you don't hate it. You're like, He's like, wait, how does he do it? He's like, I am Fisk. You should do what I say.
Yeah.
Yes. Wilson Fisk. Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but like it's like you said, like
you love it.
I love everything he does. So I mean, yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio is a fucking awesome actor. I don't know. There's much else that I would really.
I would like Kingpin to have his own series.
Fuck,
just called Kingpin.
I don't think that's gonna work, but yeah, the actor is amazing. Is there anything else that we need to touch on? I don't think so. Is there anything else that you can think of that you really... I mean, other than the fact that, like, it's leading in a good direction, like they did, like I said. And I am excited about what happened with, like I said, the Punisher.
I even love a Punisher movie with that guy.
Yeah, it would be great. I mean, like I said, I think they're going to give him his own series on Netflix, so that'll be cool.
There's no way after what I've seen.
So, yeah, like, I mean, and the general, I think, kind of opinion is that everyone fucking loved him. So, I can't see that not being a thing. But, yeah, so...
We done?
I think so.
We're done? We're done.
All right.
We're done.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
See you next week, as always.
Yeah, we will see you next week. And don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and put your comments down below. Tell us what you thought of Daredevil if you watched it.
I got a funny thing we should do, too. So, we had a person last video. I think it was Brandon, maybe one of your friends.
I have no idea.
He's like, what do you think Wonder Woman's email
is?
Yeah. Put down in the comic book, or in the comment section, a comic book character and what you think their email would be.
Their emails would be?
I think that'd be so funny, and we will read them off next video.
Yeah, for sure.
Please, just do it, because
that'll be great.
I was like, I think Wonder Woman's email would be like, question lady.
Question?
Wonder.
Oh,
question.
I see. That's lame.
It's super
That's
lame.
So lame.
It's
no, I think I remember...
Sexy bitch 69 at hotmail.com.
No, I liked... I forget what Brendan said he put down, but it was something funny. It was really well, like, really clever.
Yeah.
We'll read it out for the next one anyway. But yeah,
leave that down.
So don't forget, comment, take her easy, guys.